"Who is this?" he asked, his voice shaking. The voice on the other end of the line replied, "The question isn't who I am. It's what you're planning to do with what's inside the bag." Sleem stared at the cash, the gun. He could hear the pounding of his own heart in his ears. The voice continued, "Put it back where you found it. Don't open anything else. Last warning." Click. The call ended. Sleem locked the door behind him and slid down onto the floor. His hands were shaking. He pulled the gun out of the bag, his fingers brushing against something else inside. He didn't dare look. What if there was something else in there that he wasn't supposed to see? Something that would implicate him further. He didn't want to risk it. He got up and walked over to his laptop. He plugged in the flash drive, wincing at the sound of a loud meow that seemed to come from the device itself. A recording auto-played, a man's voice, raspy and tired. "If you're hearing this, I'm already dead. And the one who killed me is closer to you than you think." The screen flashed. End of episode 2. Then the sound of a heartbeat filled the room. It was erratic, panicked, then abruptly cut off, leaving only the sound of Sleem's own breathing. He ripped the flash drive out of the laptop and looked around the room, his eyes landing on the clock on the wall. It was 10:37 p.m. The power was still out. How long had he been gone? What time did they expect him to be back? He tried to remember what the man in the video said. "Don't open anything else," he whispered. But there was so much he didn't know. Who was he? Why was he being targeted? And why did the killer send him a video instead of just taking the evidence? He paced the room, his mind racing, the gun feeling heavy in his pocket. He knew he should call the police, but what if they didn't believe him? What if they thought he was involved in something bigger than he actually was? He stopped pacing and stared at the door. Should he lock it? Would that make him safer? Maybe, but what if whoever was after him knew that he was in there? Wouldn't they just kick the door down if they really wanted to get in? He glanced down at the gun in his hand, its cold metal a stark reminder of the danger he was in. He needed to get out of there, get somewhere safe, somewhere where he could think clearly, figure out what he was gonna do next. But where? As he looked around the room, his eyes landed on the window. Maybe he could escape through the window. He started to climb onto the desk, his fingers digging into the glass pane. With a deep breath, he pushed it open. The cool night air rushed in, bringing with it the sound of sirens. They were close. He had to get out of there before someone noticed him. As he slipped through the window, he heard the voice in his head. "Run, Sleem, run." He didn't know who was out there in the dark, but he knew he had to keep moving. He had to keep running.